YouTube land, what's going on out there, man? It is a beautiful day, Saturday. Sun has gone away. I won't complain, no. I'm inside the garage today, messing with the old car. Been doing some things. Got the front end of this thing finally done. I don't know if you guys have been watching or anything or seeing what kind of shape this front end was in, but I got all that well, not back together. I kind of made this. Got the body remounted, all four corners, front, rear. Doors line up good. Got a floor framing in there. I don't know if that was in my last video or not. I ain't 100% sure if that was in there or not. But I got my floor framing in there. This is kind of just put that floor framing in there. That's where my floor is going to stop. Okay, and my transmission cover will go. Okay, from there to there, around that transmission or mid plate there. Okay, that's in another video. Got to put a brake pedal in, which I did get. Got a brake pedal. Doesn't look like much of a brake pedal, but it is. That'll go below the floorboard to a rod, to my mash cylinder, yada, yada, yada. There's the mounts. Today's project was putting rear disc brakes on this bad boy. I got a set from Jegs. They're just some GM metric single calipers, nothing fancy. I mean, this car ain't going to be going 300 mile an hour, so 200 even. I mean, if I hit 110, I'd be a happy man. So these brakes are going to do just fine. I'm going to paint them up. I just wanted to get them mounted. I had to do a little finesse, and I had to grind my axles just a damn shit here. I mean, barely. They were touching. The flanges were touching, but let's see here. You can see them back here. Looking pretty good. Got new bearing retainers in there. That's them gold plates right there. I had some really thin bearing retainers, man. And oh, they were scary. And I just got those great big bastards, put them in there. I got new Heims coming, and new adjusters, new Heims. I actually got Heims. These things aren't even Heims. These are like some kind of tractor, and I don't know what, but gonna update this thing to some Heims. And then I also, this contraption area here, that's where the battery's actually gonna go, is where I've mounted my fuel cell and where in the hell is my fuel cell? Let me see here, get my fuel cell, show you guys. Mounted my fuel cell on there, which I got this fuel cell here from Jegs as well. Actually, I didn't get it from Jegs. I ended up getting it from Speedway because Jegs was out of them. That's what that's gonna look like. So I got the tabs. I'm gonna weld that all in tomorrow. I'm just kind of wanted to. I got some other stuff I need to weld for that rear end, them disc brakes. I want to get some, put some brake line mounts on there and weld them on. So, but $150 for this tank. Foam filled. Got the cap. Got the sending unit on there for a gas tank, man, or gas gauge. You can't believe that. Can't believe that. I know that's kind of gay on a race car, right? But hell, I mean, if I wanted to like take this thing one weekend to like a charity cruise or something and do it in a cruise, I mean, I know when I was gonna run out of fucking gas. So not bad, but got 10 fittings on it. They're welded in there too. Those are welded in. They ain't like that generic. Here, I probably easier to show you these. Jazz makes a box that's similar to this, except for the I call that a bung, I guess. I don't know, but the fitting isn't welded into the tank. It's actually like a plastic gasket, dude. And I was like totally gay, so didn't really like that. Got that all mounted up. I'm gonna weld that all in, and yada yada yada. weld my battery box up right where that's at, and that's just kind of how that configuration is going to sit in there, is right there, and then I'll just kind of aluminum that in with some aluminum little plate and da-da-da-da-da. So, I'm making progress, man. I'm making progress. The rear end is almost done. I've got got bearings in it. I got all new gaskets. One thing I needed to get for that daggum rear end is new studs, and I want to get a bigger pinion yoke. That's the small, I don't even know what the hell, 3175 or some crap, man. I want to bring it, I'm going to get a bigger, I'm going to run some bigger U-joints, so I'm going to get that, and then my rear end's done. Thank God, done. New Heims on there, done. But, man, this thing is a pain in the booty. No doubt about it. The front end was a real pain in the ass. The doors didn't line up. They were touching at the bottom and were stuck at the top out. Well, they were touching down here, and they were out at the top like this far. So I was like, yeah, that's not right. Adjusted the hinges. Hinges weren't doing it. I was like, oh, man. So I had to cut the body loose from the frame rails, both sides, schwack, schwack, schwack. Get rid of the baloney in there, bad metal. I patched in the rockers, got them nice and tight and sturdy. Refixed the truss, what I'm calling a pillar, okay, a door pillar, I guess you'd call this. That was just loose. This shit was just one-sided. Well, it was two-sided. There was the front here and the side, and like I say, I brought it all around. This is all brand new. This was never here. This either, you know. So like this front here, all this down here, this was just a hole. Like this looked like shit. This is all good solid metal. There's not, I mean, barely any Bondo. I got some Bondo, I'm not even gonna lie. But I mean, when I say barely any Bondo, I mean like barely any Bondo. I mean, did a real good job of grinding this stuff, and I didn't have to use a whole lot of Bondo, just kind of get a nice slick surface on it. But welded all this in and got this tight, so you kind of see that's the piece of metal that I put in, and then that just back-sided it, you know, completely closed it in on both sides there. Did both sides nice, and it was a pain in the ass, man. That took a long time, but the body is tight to the frame again. Remounted it. I even made this back here. I don't know, it's hard to see, but there's a piece of metal back here, right here. This wasn't in the car. None of this back here was in the car. Okay, as it's down, you can see through the floor, there's a bar down there. Da-da-da-da. Put that piece of metal in. Got it all bent up from my tubs. Got it all closed in. Rolled it around my bar there. Real nice, man. Got that in there and remounted. Because this car, the only place that it was actually kind of mounted to the body was right here. And this is kind of even shit, you know what I mean? But this was really the only good mount to the car. So I kind of come in and remounted it up here. As you can see, got some new mounts to the frame or body here. Same on the other side over there. I remounted that. So got all this going on. But 1951 Austin Devon has rear disc brakes. Think by the next video, well, I don't know by the next video. I don't know. That's a lot of work, but I'm going to try and get my brake pedal in. Get my brake pedal remounted, which it's going to kind of go in this vicinity, of course. It's going to go in there. And then my master cylinder. My master cylinder. Brake pedal here. Just to let you guys know where I'm at in the car. This is the driver's side of the car, of course. Okay, so brake pedal here. I got a long rod. It's going to go onto that brake pedal at the bottom of it. I'm going to run all the way back here behind my seat, because the problem is everybody's going to say in this video or whatever, they're going to be like, well, why don't you run the the mash cylinder out the front. Well, you got headers coming out here, you know what I mean? And I don't want all that in my way, and like there's just not square. This is going to be angled, and just this is the way drag cars are built. So they go in the floorboard. I don't know why. I know it's crazy. You use your residual valves and yada yada yada. But anyway, so when I first got this car, the fucking master cylinder, pardon my language, was like right here. And as you can tell, I mean, that's right below my feet. That's where my feet sit. So like your feet literally sat on top of the master cylinder's caps, you know. So I'm going to push it back here. I'm going to bring her and put it right underneath the seat back here. Like right. Let's see here. Get a better angle. So there's the seat. There's where I'm going to mount my pedal right here. I'm going to run a rod all the way back here, and I'm going to mount that master cylinder right here underneath my seat. Underneath my seat. I'll be able to fill it with fluid and shit with a funnel and whatnot. And plus, once it's filled with fluid, it's good. Won't have to worry about that. But it'll be out from underneath my feet and all that jazz. And I think after that, I'm going to start to fiddle around with maybe running some electrical in this. There are some brake lines, probably run the rear brake lines, yada yada, man. I mean, the list goes on. You know what I mean? The list goes on. Good news is, though, is the build of this thing is moving forward. I've had this car for quite a while, and it's kind of sat, besides when it went somewhere to get worked on. And I will tell you this, guys, if you are planning on building something, race car, go-karts, I mean, if you're planning on racing, or you're planning on doing anything remotely similar to what's going on here, you got to have a welder. Okay, I bought this car thinking that I could take it and here, there, buddy, you know, and da-da-da. If you do that, it'll take you 30 years to build a fucking car. Reason I say that is because buddies are always busy. Welding places are expensive as shit. Go buy you a welder. Learn how to use a son of a bitch. It's not as scary as it sounds or looks or any of that. Okay, I picked this thing up and am doing pretty decent welds. I'm not scared of it, of my welds. I'm happy with them. But anyway, long story short, man, progress is moving forward. Thank God. I'm not dead. Sorry, I'm not making very many videos. Not a whole lot of this stuff. Takes quite a while to do. And I don't know if anybody wants to sit there and watch me do it. You know, I don't. That's kind of gay. I mean, I just like to see, progress. You know, see how guys are doing and whatnot, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, all my doors are done. Had to take all the mechs out of them sons of guns. They were so full of dirt and grime. You'd open the door. You'd open the door latch and it'd just stay down. You'd let it go and the sucker'd be dangling down. So now they operate. You let them go. They flip back up. Stay nice and level, man. When I get this car done, I know it looks like a freaking turd right now. I know it does. But when it gets done, it'll look like something. I mean, it'll be better than it was. And you know, even if it isn't perfect, I'm preserving the time, guys. This car here was on its way to the junkyard. I mean, it really was. There was no doubt about it. The cage in it was absolutely no good. Not even one bar in it was good. The front end, none. Not at all. Any of it good. I bought them front end parts. That shit ain't no good. The guy that's doing the front end's like, yep, bitch it. We're starting over. Got to do it. Whole new deal, you know. So what somebody would have had to put in this car, I honest to godly believe that they'd have cut it up or it have sat somewhere until it just rusted and wasn't worth a fuck, you know. So, you know, I may have added another 20, 30 years of life to this car as a race car or show car or whatever, but we're preserving life. I mean, preserving the nostalgia of drag racing. You know, this car goes back in the era 40, 50 years. You know, this is a 1951. They started racing them in like 65 in the 70s. You know, they were big. They were a really small car. And in the day, a guy with not a whole lot of money could, take and throw a little bitty ass car and he was turning some miles an hour, you know. So I think when it's all said and done, car's probably going to weigh less than 20 or 2,000 pounds. All right. I mean, I can legit, no bullshit. I stand here, I look you dead in the eyes as I tell you this. God wholly above me. Okay. I'll do it on video if you guys don't believe me. Okay. But shit, grab a hold of those two horns right there. This right here. And that right there, that's the very front of the car. It's where the hood mounts. I can grab a hold of that and lift that whole car up. Not, I mean, the back stays on the jack stands. But the back of the car, it ain't like I'm on a pivot. The fucking jack stands are at the very back of the fucking car. You know what I mean? And I can legit, no bullshit, I put this on everything I love. I'm a holy man. God is my witness. I can pick that car up with the doors on it, okay? With the doors on it. I can pick that car right up, no problem, okay? It's not that heavy. I might be lifting up what I think is like the weight of maybe 300 pounds, 400 pounds, which I don't know. It's light. So anyway, not a whole lot of car really there on the inside. I mean, it's pretty much cut out, and it's got the old headliner in it though. That's something that's pretty cool. I like that about the car. It had the old headliner in it. Got the sunroof and shit. I mean, 1951. How many cars you know had a frickin' sunroof in them? Which I had to redo that. I had to redo everything about that. That thing was not right. But anyway, well, the old knee pops and cracks. I'm gonna try and get on my bike again this year and go do a little ride. Maybe get some riding videos. It's just as you can tell. This is not, I mean, this dirty old thing. The dirt protects it, okay? I know it's filthy. I know it is. I know it is so filthy. But I swear to you that dirt protects it from like overspray when I'm out here and I need to paint something real quick, little something, just hit it real quick, you know? I can hit it. I ain't got to worry about overspray getting onto my nice, clean car over there. You know, that dirt's protecting it right now. So, anyway. Well, guys. Other than that, pandemic's starting to come to an end. I pray to God. I hope. If you haven't, maybe think about it. Pick up a Bible. Try it out, you know, just see what that man's got to say. I tried it out. It's got me stuck. I like it. I like it a whole lot. So, from what it says in there, love your brothers, love your neighbor, give everybody a hug, tell everybody you love them. World needs a lot of that, most definitely. Other than that, till next time, YouTube.